part 15 of the teaching of Torah by Mashiach, and we've now passed the 11th Division, and now our passes into the last and final 12th Division, hour of the night, and we are presented with a remarkable scene. The goddess holds aloft the sun boat from the watery mass of Nu, while in the boat are the main protagonists of our journey. We see the Beetle, Kepra, as we did in the antechamber of the Tuat. 5 gods stand with the Beetle Kepra here. The gods Zeb, Shu, Heka, Hu, Za. In the middle of the sunboat, with their hands placed beneath Kepra, is the goddess Isis. Here. And her sister Nephthys here. The Beetle is rolling the sun disk here, which is connected by the goddess Nut here to Osiris. Here. We're seen in a curved form with his head touching his toes. From the 6th division until the 11th division of the Tuat, we have travelled through the book of Judges, which leaves us with the next book of Ruth, whose blueprint for the story is found in the visualization of this division of the underworld. Like the Egyptian texts, for this last division, the book of Ruth introduces us to the important role that the female has in setting up of the royal bloodline. For as King David was a descendant of Ruth, so through the goddess Nut here, who receives Ra here, a new beginning comes from the god Osiris here. Key passages in the book of Ruth relate to this division of the Tuat. And we read in Ruth chapter 2 verses 17 to 18. So she, Ruth, gleaned in the field until even, and beat out that she had gleaned, and it was about an ephah of barley, and she took it up and went into the city, and her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned, and she brought forth and gave to her that she had reserved after she was afflicted, sufficed. Ruth is identified with the goddess Nut in the fields of Osiris. And notice in this pictorial the missing shade of this field here. And we read in Ruth 3:8, and it came to pass at midnight that the man was afraid and turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. Here. The goddess Nut is seen in this division at the feet of Osiris. So even in the book of Ruth, we find plagiarism upon the Egyptian Tuat. So therefore we end the Egyptian Tuat and the book of Ruth. And the Bible is clearly based on this Egyptian mythology. And we have found further conclusive proof of this in the Egyptian Book of Gates, in which is outlined the journey that the sun god makes in the Tuat, a mythology that dates back to the earliest Egyptian dynasties. The journey of Moses, or Tem, and the people in the desert is similar to the journey of the sun god through the underworld after he is set upon the earth. This is not conclusive proof that the Exodus story in the Bible is untrue, but that it parallels Egyptian mythology extremely closely, as to the extent as to suggest plagiarism. This is indeed strange and hard to grasp, for the Torah clearly states after the Exodus that the people must not return to the gods of Egypt. But my findings here reveal that this is what occurred. And if we examine the mythology also contained in the book of that which is in the underworld, we find confirmation this was the case. And I've placed just one video pertaining to that which is in the underworld, regards the first book of Samuel, on the site itself. Here ends the Egyptian Tuat and the 12 divisions of the underworld. A hall of records, or some may say plagiarized scripture based on the Egyptian Tuat.